Okay, YouTube. Today is Saturday, April 4th. Getting ready for the holiday weekend. Some of the yard stuff. Let's do the garden tour. Figs. Still doing great. Got big leaves and my fig. Can't wait to eat you. These little guys don't look like they're gonna work or something.
That's your fig.
Looking pretty good. The old Hank. That's the other fig. Clearly doing well. It's got very large leaves. It's a little windy. I'm trying to cover the holes. Here we have the Asian pears. They're looking really good. A lot of growth on them. A bunch of flowers opened up over the week. I don't remember if those were in the last video. I don't think they're going to do anything, but you never know. One of our holdouts finally did something good. He finally came on strong. He had me a little worried there for a while. The apples, come over to them. And one of the other holdouts was this guy, but it's got growth on it now. It's doing good. And I noticed the apples and the pears, or the Asian pears, actually look very much alike. Look at the aphids up under there. Wow. See all those? Those are aphids. And then right there. Yep, I need to do something about that. Soapy water, maybe. This apple tree is doing pretty well. And this guy's doing really good. Not as robust as some of my other plants. Leaf miner fly. Go away. Okay. The plums. The plums are in regular beast mode. That's all new growth from when we started this. From there all the way up. Quite a bit. Doing just fine. Okay. And the Santa Rosa plum was supposed to be a vigorous grower, and it was. I'm getting some woody stalks finally. Guys are looking really good. The root stalks are real vigorous. They're trying to grow stuff off of them too. Then we got the Burbank plum cod. Still love the colors of this guy. I actually had to water for my first time yesterday. I come through and I put maybe a gallon or so of water in each one because the Asian pear, that first one that has a lot of growth, was getting kind of droopy. And when I did it, these guys jumped in growth too. I like that coloring on it. It's the only thing that separates it from all these other plums is that red coloring. This one's got a little of it too, since it's a crossbreed with the apricot, but not as much as that guy does, and they don't have it. But again, this guy, whew, great growth. From those dead sticks that I had, right, to this much growth is looking good. Now I'm getting little damages and stuff from some bugs, but not a whole lot. Something definitely ate the edge of that off. But not that worried about it, not at this point. They're doing great vegetatively anyway. Okie dokie. The old Hank dog. The all-in-one almond. Thought I was going to get an almond off of it, but we couldn't find that almond pod yesterday. I don't know what happened to it. It may have just fell off. Oh well. That'd have been just luck if it did. But it's got good growth. This was my earliest starter, but he's got a lot more heads, I guess you would say, more starts. So maybe the growth equals that, but I don't know. It isn't. It's not doing bad. It's just not growing as rigorously as the other plums and plum cots. Which one was this? The sweet pomegranate. They're doing good. It's got decent growth coming off of it. They're coming on strong. Some of the stuff I had cut off when I had trimmed all these, I had thrown it down, and it's starting to grow up under the ground. And I'm leaving it in there still, and I'm watering it, because at some point I'm going to try to pull up and see if it's got roots. And look, there's some of it right there, some of my cuttings that I cut off. I don't know if they root from cuts, but they might have some plants to be able to give to my friends. And this one, I believe, has some up under there too. Yep, I can see it in the back. You probably can't see it, but it is there. This guy was the one that came on. I mean, he's got a million little branch starts everywhere. These like to shrub, and it looks like it's gonna. Several of our berries have actually produced a lot of flowers. I don't know if it's a big deal that they do or don't, but we're gonna find out. Drunken Compost is hidden in there. Of course, I had to do something like this to keep Hank out. Our old Christmas tree, I saved the pine needles off of that for some of the blueberries and stuff, and they're in that red bucket. I let them fall off over time, and I collected them all up. It worked out that I had that because the Drunken Compost is in here, and Hank would definitely have jumped into this. So I ringed it with my bags of leaves, my stock leaves, and I threw this guy on top, so it actually provides it some shade and keeps the dog out. Tomorrow will be 7 days on the Drunken Compost. We'll see how that goes. The blueberries are not liking these pots. I never have believed that they like these pots. I mean, they have never set a berry, and this is their second or third year I've had them. But I don't know. They just don't like those pots. Stay behind me. I took down that box. Stay behind me, okay? Took down that box and pulled out. You can see that wood's really rotted. We pulled a bunch of it out and put it over here just to move it. And yeah, I don't know, pressure treated or not, that stuff was pretty rotty. This tree is starting to become a problem. My friend still supposed to come around and cut it down for me. Shading a lot over here, but still getting good dapple sunlight. The cherries are doing real good. They got good growth. You know these weird red things that are on the cherries? I was touching them last night, and even like right now, they're sticky. There's something on them. I mean, I don't know what it is. I've never even seen a cherry tree in real life. Very odd. Well, to me it's odd. It may not be to someone who's grown them before. It's just very strange. It's neat looking. I see a spider hiding back behind there, hiding from me. You go on in there, buddy. Keep them bugs off. I know you might think that the juicy stuff might be coming from this tree, like sap, but it's just on those little red spots. It's not all over the leaves. Although it is on these new leaves, whenever they're like this and they're stuck together, they're kind of sticky. But the full-grown leaves are not. How odd. Yeah, that is some weird stuff, man. I don't think you can see the glossiness, but this stuff is stuck to my fingers. But the cherry trees looking great. I'm really liking how this one grew. Grew from top to bottom, even growth. I'm gonna get a nice shrub out of that, you know, with some main cordon branches that I can focus on to, and I can let this sucker grow big in this corner. Focus it more to the back here to give these guys some light. And yeah, they may shade these a little bit, but heck, they're still getting plenty of light. That back corner loses the light first in the afternoon, but gets the light first in the morning. So it works out well. You can see the berries are doing well. Hank dug in the kiwi last night, or today, or yesterday, whatever. It's the first time he's done it. We didn't get the fences up around everything, right? And he finally got one of these small boxes. He did it in this one. This is some of the mulch. He had dug out that corner. Oh well. On the kiwi, the females, the males, they're all doing great. They got a lot of red furry growth. They look good. The male is just going ridiculous. He is just jumping for something. I mean, that's a lot of growth. Started right there, and in that amount of time it's gone that far. Bug. And the female in the better light position, yeah, she's got tons of leaves. She's a nice little bush. This was down here yesterday, to be honest with you. It's photosynthesizing hard today. Do something like that. The one from the cutting growing in there. The dog actually uncovered that there is a male in here too for me to try to propagate. Somewhere I'd seen it. I covered it back up. I'll find it later. But yeah, there is a piece of a male cutting in there too. Alright. That's the garden update. Again, we are working slowly on getting rid of this big box, reclaiming this area of the yard. I had to go slow because there was a massive ant hill in this corner. And yeah, I did poison them. And you can see the dead ants probably all over here. I'm no big fan of ants, and these are big chunking fire ant type dudes. So if I'm going to use any kind of regular poisons, I better do it this year before I expect to get any food off any of this stuff, right? and hopefully we won't have as many problems next year. Okay, that was the garden update. We'll see you.